Were you coached by Anthony Lynn?
Yeah, he was my running backs coach in 09.
That's what I figured.
Yeah.
How about him now, huh?
Incredible. So proud of him, so happy for him. He was an incredible coach. When he came to New York in 2009, you know, I had been coached by some really incredible running backs coaches, but he brought in kind of the zone blocking scheme, running scheme that they ran in Denver. And I had never really run that kind of scheme before. I mean, obviously it's similar blocking to what we really focused on the same kind of offense that Terrell Davis ran in Denver, that Clinton Portis had when he first got to Denver. All those backs that were just killing it for 1,000 yards. You know, it didn't matter what back they put in. It seems like they were all getting 1,000 yards. Or Landis Gary, he brought that offense in, and I ended up having my best season, 1,400 yards and 14 touchdowns. And we developed a really close relationship. He actually coached my brother too, I think, at Dallas.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I'm so happy for him and so proud of him, man. He's a brilliant football coach. He understands the X's and O's, and he's a very, very hard worker. And he comes from a school of great teachers. You know, he was under Parcells
yeah.
and all those guys. He paid his dues, man. I'm really happy for him. Really
and it seems like, you know, I'm going through my mind here. Is there a bias against running backs coaches? Right? Normally, you got to be the coordinator. You got to be a defensive mind or something like that, or an offensive line. But like a running backs. It's kind of like centers at head coach in the NBA. You don't see a lot of them for some reason.
Yeah.
Because, you know, they feel like, I don't know, like you're dependent on somebody getting you the ball.
Yeah.
So you can't coach everybody or something.
I don't know.
Like
I mean, to be a running backs coach, you have to understand the blocking scheme. So you could be a lineman coach. You have to understand the defensive fronts.
Or the passing game, too. I mean, Marshall Faulk knows more football than anybody I've ever met.
Yeah.
And he knew what everybody had to do, what a defender had to do, what a lineman had to do, what a receiver had to do.
I mean, as a running back, we're the last line of defense. We have to know what everyone's doing. We have to know what the quarterback's doing. We have to know what the receivers are doing. We have to know what everyone's doing.
Right.
A lot of times, I remember when Brett first came to New York, he got in there a little bit late, and he didn't really know the plays. And so he'd call the formation the wrong way sometimes. And I would say, we can't run it. It can't be X left. It's got to be X right. You know, and I mean, as far as the running backs are concerned, you know, the running backs that are like the feature backs that are constantly in the game, first, second, third down, I mean, you have to be super smart. And you have to know the offense. You have to know audibles. You have to know the coverages on defense. You have to know the fronts on defense. And that's football. That's not just limited to a running back. That's football all around. So, yeah, I mean, if there is a bias against running backs being head coaches, I think Anthony Lynn is smashing that.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern on Audience.